has been a banner year for women's sports, especially hockey. In its first year, the Professional Women's Hockey League has been smashing records and making a huge impact on the sport. Joining us now, a couple members of the PWHL Toronto team, Maggie Connors Emma Maltais. Maggie, Emma, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, I have to know first, how does it feel to be part of such a historic season?
Yeah, I mean, it's surreal. If you told me last year I'd be playing hockey as my job, I wouldn't have believed you. So I think just taking that all in, and it's exceeding everyone's expectations, right? So, and we're a part of that. And yeah, we've been fortunate on Toronto, especially, to be a part of the biggest games of the season, and it's been amazing so far.
Yeah, I know for me, it's just, I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity. Look at, as Emma mentioned, the games that we've played in, the first ever game of the season. We played at Scotiabank, we played at the Bell Centre, all of which have been sold out. So I know it's been a lot of fun for us, but the fans have made it obviously that much more of an experience so far.
And you know what's great to see too? All the young girls at those games and just how much this meant to them. What impact do you think this will have on women's sports, not only now, but into the future?
Yeah, I mean, these young girls, like, they don't know any different now. Like, this is their normal, and that's so cool to see. If I had a league like this, like, growing up, I would have dreamt even harder to be a part of it. And I have a lot of friends that, you know, they kind of stopped playing hockey because there was no future in it. And now all these young girls, they're going to grow up dreaming and putting in that extra effort to make it. So I think just in general, the sport of women's hockey from a young age is going to grow immensely from this.
It's like you're allowing people to dream, to see beyond just what they want and the possibilities there. For you, what does that mean, Maggie?
Yeah, I mean, I think it means obviously a ton. When I was young, I always dreamt of, when I was super young, playing in the NHL because you just don't know any different. And then kind of when you get older and you see the opportunities, you realize that that's not necessarily the case. And so for young girls now, and to even hear young girls back in Newfoundland, which is where I'm from, to kind of dream of playing in this league now and kind of wanting to only play girls hockey and not necessarily playing boys and going to the NHL, I think it's super special and like opens my eyes and obviously kind of the whole leagues to really see the impact that we're doing on the next generation.
Do you ever feel pressure, like all eyes on me, I gotta do something, or any of that pressure ever get to you?
I feel like we know we have a responsibility in being part of this league. You know, so many women have worked so hard to get this up and running, and women and men. And I think at the end of the day, we are like the lucky ones that get to play and to show our skills and to showcase the sport on at this level. So I think there is some pressure that comes with that responsibility, but at the end of the day, I think we just feel grateful.
Yeah, I mean, I can just totally second that, especially being in the shoes I'm in now and understanding kind of where I was even a few years ago and seeing all the work that, you know, people that have retired, people that are currently in the league that have put forward to put on this league so far has been remarkable. So just obviously I'm really privileged to be in the position that we're in and super grateful.
Just generations of people here. I know we talked about this a little off camera. You're going into a game, let's say you have a bad game. How do you recover so quick? Because mentally especially, how do you recover so quick and look forward to the next game and make sure that mentally you're all there?
Totally. I think we have some experience when it comes to college. Like, we both played in the NCAA and we would have to play games back-to-back days. It's a little bit, obviously it weighs a little more in professional hockey, but yeah, that's just the nature of the sport, with having to play, you know, different opponents, like with only one day in between sometimes, with having to travel. I think that, yeah, we have resources out there to watch our games, kind of take everything in, and if it's bad, to reflect on how to be better next game.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously you take the positives from the game and you learn from the mistakes, but you can't dwell on it for too long. As Emma said, we pretty much will only have a couple days in between each game. Instead of it being back-to-back, you might play on a Wednesday and then a Saturday, and so you kind of have to switch your mindset pretty quickly, but knowing it's your job now, you definitely have to take it very seriously and kind of really fix those mistakes as you go to try and build towards, obviously, a championship team.
That's such a healthy way of making sure you have that balance, and I think so many people out there, regardless of what job you do, you can really apply that to your everyday life of just, you know, picking things up and making sure that you're looking ahead. Okay, I want to know if you guys have any like pregame rituals or any rituals of any kind.
Yeah, I mean, well, we live together. We're roommates, so we make pregame meals together.
You live together?
Yeah.
And you work together.
Yeah.
How's that?
I feel
Tons
like
of fun.
It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, Maggie makes pregame meal, but
She helps. She helps.
yeah, coffee. You know, I'm not too superstitious. I like to have fun at the rink. Maggie's more superstitious than me.
Yeah, like we both have our roles in making pregame meal. Like we do it, and then Emma usually walks to get the coffee, so she has that job. But when I get to the rink, I'm not super superstitious. I like to say that I have a routine rather than like if something doesn't go well. I mean, I think I'm going to play bad. Like I don't think it's that case, but I would say my teammates would agree with me, and then like my way I tape my stick is pretty particular.
Yes, it is.
Very
Yeah,
particular,
have it.
but besides that, like
Yeah.
everything's okay. If something goes wrong, it's not the end of the world.
Teamwork on the ice, teamwork at home with someone getting the coffee, someone cooking the meals. I have to ask you this question. You got so much support from the Leafs when you held your game here, and throughout the season really, but when you held that historic game here at Scotiabank Arena, I'm wondering if you guys are tuning in to the playoffs.
Totally. We were watching the game last night. Big road win to close out the second game, but we're hoping that they can get another one here in the fourth game of the series.
Yeah, totally. We've definitely been keeping up on every game, that's for sure.
Where do you guys watch? Do you watch at home? Are you kind of fans who like to go out to the bars, watch amongst other fans, or do you like to be at home where you can have the reaction you have?
I feel like because there's been 3 games so far, I think we've like been doing something, or I feel like we've always been home for them. Like we haven't gone out necessarily with a group of us to watch it yet, but hopefully they keep going and then we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, Maggie, Emma, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be able to speak with both of you guys, and we'll check in about 20 years or so. I'm sure we'll be back at this table talking about the next generation. Thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much for
having
having
us.
us.